Welcome dear student. Today we are in the lecture 6 of the holding company, and today what we are going to see, we are going to see the question on case number 2 where holding company acquire the shares of subsidiary company on any date before the balance sheet date. In previous lecture also we have seen the same thing, a question on the same case, but in the previous lecture the date of acquisition was opening date of the year, but now we are taking the date of acquisition in the mid of the year. Okay, means one is the date of beginning and one is the date of balance sheet date. Date of acquisition will be in the mid of the year. For that we will prepare a timeline also. Okay. So what is in the question? Given in the question, the extract of balance sheet of S Limited and its subsidiary S Limited on 31st March 2020. S Limited holding company and S Limited its subsidiary company. Holding company we can write H company and S Limited is subsidiary company. Okay. What is given? Share capital is given of both the company. General reserve given, surplus and credit on the liability side. On the asset side, sundry asset investment in 4,000 shares of S Limited. That S Limited has acquired only 4,000 shares of S Limited. So first we have to see how many shares are there in S Limited, and then we have to calculate the percentage holding. Then we will do the further things. So solution. Total number of shares of subsidiary company, in our case it is S Limited. What is the formula? Share capital of subsidiary company, in our case it is S Limited, divided by price of each share. Share capital of S company is 6,000. Price of each share is ₹1. So equal to 6,000 shares. Okay. Now we can calculate the percentage holding. Percentage holding formula: number of shares of S company, in our case S company means subsidiary company is S Limited, purchased by holding company, in our case it is H Limited, divided by total number of shares of S company, in our case it is S Limited. Fine. So how many shares, and multiply by 100. So how many shares H company has acquired? 4,000. Total number of shares is 6,000. Multiply by 100. If we will take here the percentage, it will come in fraction. So we will not multiply by 100. Instead we will make it small. 0 0 cancel. 4 by 6. 2 2s are 2. 3s are 2 by 3 is the percentage holding. Then we will prepare the format of consolidated balance sheet. So consolidated balance sheet of H Limited and its subsidiary S Limited as on 31st March 2020. We will prepare two column liability and assets. Liability side one amount column, and on the asset side one amount column. Assets amount rupees, amount rupees, liabilities. Okay. Now we will prepare the working notes. See what is given here. The shares purchased by S Limited in S Limited on 39/2019. 39/2019, it means in the mid of the year. Okay, let's begin with a timeline. 1st April 2019, 31st March 2020, it is date of balance sheet. Okay, 1 for 2019, it is start of the year, and mid year 39/2019, it is date of acquisition. Okay, this period from start till date of acquisition is known as pre-acquisition, and from date of acquisition to date of balance sheet is known as post-acquisition. Okay, what it is written on 1/4/2019, P&L statement means on the starting of the year. P&L statement of S Limited showed a loss of 3,000, which was written off from out of the profit earned during the year. Means when the year was started on 1st April 2019, S Limited has a loss of 3,000, and this loss is written off from current year profit. And if we will see, the current year surplus is 1,800 of S Limited at the end of the year. At the end of the year means at 31st March. Here it is 1,800. Okay, so here surplus is 1,800, and at the start of the year there was a loss of 3,000. And what they are saying, that 3,000 loss is written off from current year profit. Means how much profit is earned in current year, that 1,800 surplus is remaining at the end of the year. So therefore current year profit equal to 1,800 is remaining and 3,000 was loss at the beginning. Okay, so this 3,000 minus 1,800 minus this 3,000. So minus minus will be plus, it will become 4,800. Current year profit is 4,800, out of which 3,000 loss was written off and 1,800 is remaining still at the end of the year. Okay, so this we have done. Profits are earned uniformly over the year 1920. Prepare consolidated balance sheet of S Limited as of 31st March 2020. So current year profit is 4,800. Okay, because 1,800 we are remaining in the profit, and we have write off 3,000 loss which was at the beginning of the year. So current year profit was 4,800. From this we will less 3,000, we will get 1,800 at the end of the year. Okay, now we have to see that whenever there is a date of acquisition in the mid of the year, so this loss or this profit or the current year profit will be divided into two parts. So the current year profit is 4,800, and this 4,800 will be divided in time ratio, will be divided in time ratio, and time ratio from April to September is 6 months and 6 months. If we will say it is 1:1, so this 4,800 will be divided into two parts, 1:1, 2,400 and 2,400. Here for 6 months and here for 6 months. So see, in the first 6 months, the company has earned 2,400 profit. At the beginning, 3,000 loss was there, 2,400 profit earned in the 6 months. So at the mid of the year also, they have 600 loss of 600. Okay. Then after that, they earn 2,400 profit. 2,400 profit. This loss 600 will be deducted from 2,400, and 2,400 minus 600, at last it become 1,800. So this is full concept. The current year profit was 4800 will be divided in time ratio 1:1, 2400 in the pre and 2400 in the post. That 2400 this 3000 loss at the beginning of the year is write off from this 2400, then loss remains to 600 at the mid of the year, and from the profit of the post period 2400, this loss of the mid of the year 600 is been written off, and at the end of the year the surplus remain is 1800. Okay, now the next step is to divide working note number 1, which heading is analysis of profit. Okay, in analysis of profit, what we do? Total profit of subsidiary company divided into two parts, pre and post. Total profits of subsidiary company S Limited and total profits of S Limited will be divided into two parts, pre-acquisition and post-acquisition. Pre-acquisition and post acquisition. Pre-acquisition means up to date of acquisition, and post acquisition means from date of acquisition up to balance sheet date. Okay, up to date of acquisition is 39/2019. So up to 39/2019, and from date of acquisition to balance sheet date 39/2019 to 31st March 2020. Okay, now profits we have to divide of S Limited, pre-profit and post-profit. So pre-profit on 1st April 2012 was 3000 loss, correct? From where we get? From here, that on 1/4/2019 P&L statement of S Limited showed a loss of rupees 3000. Okay, after that up to 39/2019 we will take the current year profit, current year profit, and current year profit is 2400, correct? 2400 is the current year profit for the first 6 months. For 6 months up to date of acquisition. Date of acquisition is 39/2019. We have taken a 2400. So this 2400. So 3000 was the loss, 2400 is the profit. Still we are in the loss of 600. Okay, loss of 600 in the pre period, and in the post period after 39/2019 to 31st March there will be only current year profit. Current year profit which is of 2400. Okay, so here it is 2400. Okay, fine. After this we have to divide into two parts, holding company and minority interest. Holding company and minority interest. Holding company and minority interest. Holding company, sorry, percentage holding, not holding company. Percentage holding. Percentage holding is 2/3. So minority interest will be 1/3. If we divide 600 into 2/3 and 1/3, it will be 400 and 200. 400 and 200. And 2400 if we divide 2/3 and 1/3, it will be 1600 and 800. 1600 and 800. Now this 200 negative and this 800 positive where it will go? It will go in minority interest working note, which is working note number 3. Where I should write? I am writing here. Working note number 3. This 400 will go in working note number 2, cost of control. Cost of control. Okay. Here also I will write minority interest. So you will understand because space is less here. Minority interest, and that 1600 which is remaining, this 1600 will go in balance sheet. Okay, that 1600 will go in balance sheet. So this 600 divided to 2 part, 400, 200, 2400 2 part, 1600, 800. This minority interest will go in minority working note, working note number 3, minority interest. This negative 200, positive 800. This negative 400 will go in cost of control, working note number 2, and this 1600 will go in balance sheet on the liability side. Okay, so this was our working note number 1. Now we have to prepare working note number 2 for cost of control and working note number 3 of minority interest. So you have written this, so I can run this or just copy this both. Then I will prepare a working note number 2 of cost of control and working note number 3 minority interest. Just copy. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Okay, have you copied? So I can run this. Okay, and this also we have don't work. We have already completed about the loss and the profit part. So this also we can run, so that we can use this space for working note. Okay, so now I am doing there working note number 2, cost of control. Working note number 1 was here. Now I am doing here. Okay, cost of control. What comes first? Cost of investment by H Limited. Cost of investment by H Limited in S Limited. So how much is cost of investment? 4,000. From here what we reduce? Less share capital of subsidiary company, which means S Limited, held by holding company H Limited. And how much is the share? So we have taken that percentage holding, it was 2/3. So 2/3 of 6,000, 2/3 of 6,000 we will take, so it will come to a 4,000. Okay, after this has done. After this we have talking about the reserve. There is no reserve. About the surplus part, we will take the surplus part from here. What we have seen in the surplus part, that this 1600, that this this 400 will be transferred to our cost of control, working number 2, this negative 400. Okay, so we will take here less surplus of S company, subsidiary company S Limited, held by holding company H Limited. Okay, and from where it has come? So it has come from working note number 1 Okay, here we are reducing it. Okay, and here it is a negative 400. Okay, so this negative 400 we can show here in another way. So we will show here in the positive way. Okay, positive 400, because there was negative, here also it is negative. Negative what becomes positive. Okay, so here it will be shown as positive 400 and our answer will be positive 400. Positive comes to goodwill. Okay, if negative then capital reserve, and goodwill is transferred to shown on the asset side of consolidated balance sheet. It is shown on the asset side of consolidated balance sheet. Fine. So this 400, why I have taken this positive 400? Here it is we have 2 less, but it is already negative, and negative what becomes a positive. So we have taken a positive 400. This 400 will be transferred to goodwill on the asset side. We will see it later when we will do the balance sheet. Now working note number 3 for minority interest. Or here we can write the pre-acquisition surplus also. Okay, here we have written surplus of S Limited, or we can write here pre-acquisition surplus. So we can write that also, pre-acquisition surplus. Okay, and this amount 400 where came from? Working note number 1. Okay, now we can do minority interest working note. So what comes first? Share capital of subsidiary company, which is S Limited, not held by holding company X Limited, or we can say held by outsider. So what is this? So 1/3 of 6,000. 1/3 of 6,000. It will be 2,000. In this we have to add reserves, and that we can take from here, pre-acquisition and post-acquisition. So pre-acquisition surplus, add post acquisition surplus. Okay, pre-acquisition surplus is in negative 200, post acquisition is in positive 800. So here we will take negative 200 and positive 800, 2600. It is minority interest. Now we will say, sir, here it is negative 200, here also you have taken negative, because this minus and this plus, plus and minus always remain minus, and here it was minus and here also it was minus, so it has become plus. That's why we have taken a positive and then it is negative as it is. What we have to do? Okay, so 2600 is minority interest, and where we can show it shown on the liability side of consolidated balance sheet. Okay, now we can prepare our final step, consolidated balance sheet of S Limited and S Limited. First of all, what we will start from? Equities and liabilities. Equities and liabilities. In that there is shareholder fund. Shareholder fund. There comes the share capital. share capital. Already we have taken the share capital of this S Limited 6,000 here, 2,000 here and 4,000 here, so it will not come. This 10,000 will come of H Limited. After this, what comes? Reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. In reserves and surplus also, this general reserve of H Limited, surplus 4,000. So this 4,000, 4,000, 8,000, and from here it will be 1,600. Okay, so we will write here first general reserve. General reserve 4,000. Then we will write here surplus. Surplus is 4,000 from here and 1,600 from where? From working note number 1. Working note number 1. 5,600. 5,600. After this, we will take this minority interest, liability side. Minority interest. Working note number 3. Minority interest. Working note number 3. Amount is 2,600. We will take here 2,600. After that, it comes non-current liability. In our question, there is no non-current liability. We will write it because it is our format. Non-current liabilities. Okay. Then comes current liabilities. And in our question, there is current liability. Yeah, creditors, which is known as trade payable. So I can write here trade payable. In that trade payable, writing creditors. H Limited, how much? 2,000, 2,200, 2,000, 2,200, 4,200. Okay, liability side completed. Then we can complete the asset side. Asset side, first item, fixed assets. Fixed assets. In that tangible, they are having tangible. Yeah, the sundry assets comes in tangible. So sundry assets, both H and S Limited. How much? 16,000, 10,000. 16,000, 10,000, 26,000. Okay. After that, investment we don't have to take. Here it is goodwill. Goodwill comes in intangible. Intangible. Working note number 2. Amount of the goodwill is 400. Next thing, not a non-current asset or current asset, it is not here. Okay. So 26,400 here, and here it is 10,000, 14, 14, 7, 21, 22, 200, 22, 400, 26, 400. Okay. 26,400 is a tally amount. 26,400 is written here. You can see it, 26,400. Okay. So this was our question number 4. It is also case 2. But what is new in this question? The date of acquisition is in the middle of the year. Okay. In previous one, date of acquisition is at the beginning of the year. So it was the case 2, question number 2, we can say. Okay. And overall it was question number 4. So for today's lecture, what we have seen? We have seen the question on the case number 2, and we have seen the question number 4, in which the date of acquisition of the shares by holding company was at the mid of the year. So you can copy the question and you can copy the solution. All the working notes, first, second, third, and this is consolidated balance sheet. And before this, we have seen number of shares of subsidiary company and percentage holding. Okay, so you can copy this for today's lecture. That's it. And in next lecture, we will see some further notes, and it will be the final lecture of the holding company. Okay, so you can copy this, and we will see the further notes in the next lecture of the holding company. So copy this all.